This and every episode of REKT Podcast is brought to you by Beaksy Exchange, an upcoming cryptocurrency exchange built in collaboration with One Market Data. Beaksy is bringing legacy finance speed, power, and sophistication to crypto for the first time. With 225,000 transactions per second per pair, comparable to NASDAQ, 15 order types on day one, with 25 order types on full rollout, and a dedicated customer support team, Beaksy is setting itself apart from the competition. Check out Beaksy today at Beaksy.com and pre-register today at Beaksy.com/registration to get your free Beaksy Exchange tokens. That's Beaksy.com, BEAXY.com.
Are you a big political guy? Like, do you vote and stuff? By that, I mean, do you go to vote?
Wow, is that what is that what the criteria is?
I think it's only 50% of you guys, right?
And that is the open. Hello and welcome to REKT Podcast. I am Bunchu and I am back after a week-long hiatus for your bunch. I was on a work trip, our national sales meeting, so literally every minute of every day is planned for you, so I could not get away to record wonderful podcasts for you people out there. But I'm back and I'm here with my esteemed colleague and co-host, as usual, Crypto Chamber. Chamber, how are you, buddy? I missed you.
I missed you too, my friend. Because I got to tell you, I took while you were away, I had the complete opposite week. I took a week off, staycation, just chill out at home, do some stuff around the house. I did, I want to say 3,000 times more work than I normally do in a given week.
Dude, we had polar opposite weekends then, or weeks then. Holy cow. I was in Phoenix, Arizona, so one, the time change was totally fucking with me. Two, literally, like I said, every minute of every day is planned for you at these things, down to like you have 10 minutes to take a piss, and if you're not back in this room, you're fired.
It's hardcore.
Yeah, so it's and then so you were holding down the fort. Some awesome episodes. Who did we have last week? We had Alts Q.
We had Alts Q with special guest host, I should say. Mr. Glass, Crypto Glass. He was awesome. I had a little bit of he was pretty nervous before we hopped on.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Yeah.
He held his own pretty well, I would say.
I thought so. I thought he did really great. So shout out Glass for thanks for filling in while I was gone.
He came correct too. He brought the game too. So we did the Game of Thrones crypto. That was all his idea. So yeah, he came prepared, way more prepared than me. So I actually was
more
contemplating.
Than I am today.
I didn't want to tell you that just in case you wanted to replace me with somebody that's significantly more prepared. And then we followed it up with Vinny from Gockstein magazine. And that was pretty fun. We talked about his magazine. We went over our top 5 or the top 5 rated Maxim covers of all time.
Oh my! Is that what you did? I didn't get that far in the podcast.
You would have loved it. It was right in your wheelhouse.
Wow!
We were talking about how Maxim was a game changer in the sense that, I don't know about you, but in my house at 12 years old, I wasn't allowed to have Playboy in my bedroom.
I thought you were just going to say porn. No shit.
Yeah. No, but I don't know. My mom was not cool if I had a Playboy in my room.
Sure, of course.
But Maxim,
my mom wouldn't let me watch South Park. I could never have something like that in there.
We should talk about that at another time because I grew up pretty strict. And
Same.
There are some shows that I wasn't allowed to watch too, so we should circle back on that because I think that's a fun topic.
Definitely.
But no, we went over the covers and kind of the best of all time. But yeah, no, it was pretty good. Yeah, but Maxim was the one where you would get it in your Christmas stocking You know what I mean? No, you didn't get. I got that.
No,
like
I wasn't allowed to.
Like
I
14,
wasn't allowed
15.
to have Maxims either. No.
Really? Okay. No, that one was kind of okay.
No,
that one was okay. It was a game changer.
No. One day I'll tell you about the time that my mom found out that I was, doing the deed, and how that went down. And
how old are we talking?
I was 16 when she. That's
concerning for a parent, I would imagine.
Yes. I'll tell you that story one time. It was just, I was actually thinking about, forget it, I'll just fucking tell it right now.
Yeah, I want to know this. I can't wait.
So we were going, I think it was like Easter, around Easter, and we were going home we lived in Chicago at the time. We were going home to see family in New Jersey. And so I went out after school, did my thing, blah, blah, blah. And then right from when I was coming home, we were supposed to leave and get into, we had a car picking us up to go to the airport, all this stuff. And so I run in the door, and my mom grabs my clothes, and she's like, all right, take off your school clothes, because we had to wear uniforms. She was going to throw them in the wash, and then she's like, go get changed and get in the car. I'm like, all right. So I come back down, and she is like weeping and angry and just seething, and I'm like,
really?
What? I'm like, what happened? And she pulls like a she pulls a
condom.
Yeah, right, exactly. She pulls a wrapper out of my school pocket that I guess did not take out of my pocket, and I remember trying to come up with a story about why I had this thing in my pocket, and it.
But she was weeping.
She was like, yeah, everything. Weeping, angry, mad, yelling, screaming, crying.
See, my mom's French. I don't know if you know this about the French, but they are a passionate people. And I feel like that scenario never came, to fruition with me. I was able to keep everything under wraps, if you will.
Well, you really blew it when you had 2 kids. She knows. She knows now.
She definitely knows now. But I don't know if she would have cried if in the same scenario. I feel she was
so angry.
Really?
Yeah.
But you were wearing a condom.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
good. That's
right.
a benefit.
I mean, come on. Street smarts.
I don't know.
Anyway, that was not planned. That was not a planned intro.
I like it though. I like that.
But thus here we are, just sharing my life with the people. That's non-crypto related. Thank you very much. Anyway, on top of awesome shows, we did do a giveaway last week. Do we want to talk about that?
Yeah, we did. We wanted to get some of our, I honestly think, the best merch in the biz right now. Like if you're looking for crypto podcast merch, I don't think you can do much better than ours. So
the only other thing that I've seen that is like so super cool that I definitely want is the Coin Boys headphones. Have you seen those?
Yes.
Those are dope. I think Bit Ninja Supply does them.
Yeah.
And those are pretty dope. So shout out Coin Boys for those sweet merch, and we're not Raptor Jesus. So, I mean, you're going to have to get over that. But we love you anyway.
Yes. But yeah, so we got 2 winners. We got a listener and a past guest. So obviously the listener had to tag a past guest. So the winner is at Max Golden. We've contacted them already, so they got stuff on the way. You know what he chose, by the way? He chose the white mouth REKT. So it's just like the mouth that has the
tab.
Yeah.
The
possible
tab.
ecstasy pill. I'm not sure what it is.
Oh, that's definitely what it is, right? Rekstasy. It's Rekstasy.
And then not so fast was the past guest he chose, so we contacted him. And do you know what he selected for his piece of merch?
Oh, let me guess. A chamber shirt?
A chamber shirt. Totally unsolicited.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I don't see how it could be.
Yeah. Who knows what you were doing behind the scenes this week? Yeah, right, exactly. Your skulls look the same.
Yes, we have very, very similar looks. So shout out to at Max_Golden and obviously Mr. Not So Fast. But yeah, so they're already shipped and on their way, so you guys should see them soon.
That's awesome. And shout out to runner-up Lisa Edwards.
Oh, yeah,
who
real
had some
talk.
pretty good engagement on that post as well. So, and that was a fun guest. We still haven't checked back with her to see if we're in her movie.
I didn't get any contracts, any per diems.
I sent her my rider, though.
Did you? What's in your rider?
I don't even know. What would be in your rider?
It'd be weed. It'd be something to do with weed.
It'd be lots of it. Lots of it.
Yeah, just like good. It would. Oh, speaking of weed, by the way, I must shout out, and this might be a potentially problematic parent move that I made over my holiday. My wife and my oldest daughter, we went into the city. My daughter hadn't seen, Toronto's...
When you say the city, you mean Toronto?
Toronto, yeah. I'm in Canada. We only have one city, so we call it the city.
Well, yeah. In the U.S., the city is New York City.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, I think Toronto and New York are comparable. Obviously not in size, but in style. So she had never been into the city. Took her in, we saw the CN Tower, all that fun stuff. Walked around. But on our way back out of town, I have this app, and shout out to this app. I don't know if they have a Twitter account. We're going to tag them anyways. But Weed Maps, I was asking you before, have you ever heard of this?
No.
Holy shit.
It's still illegal here, so, Okay,
I'm going to tell you exactly what happens with Weed Maps, okay? Yeah. So it is a very sophisticated app. I had a coworker tell me about this, and I wasn't, because, I travel a lot like yourself. And I never know where to go. Like, it's legal in Canada, but sometimes it's still difficult to find the places. Mm-hmm. So this map literally just syncs to where you are and blows up a map and gives you star ratings for all the dispensaries around you, tells you what they have. It's terrific. So I ended up checking out a dispensary. I'm like, oh, I'm in Toronto. They got great dispensaries here.
What was on the kids' menu?
I got candy. I only got candy because it is still illegal in Canada, or at least in Ontario. I can't speak for all Canada, to have edibles at your store. So you could have a store, but you can only sell, joints and flowers and all that fun stuff.
Oh, interesting.
But you can't sell edibles yet. That's coming later this year.
The ones where it is legal here, you can do that.
Right. We'll be getting it in a few more months, but there are a lot of shops that sell it illegally. So I knew there was a ton in Toronto. So as I'm leaving town, pull off to the side of the road, leave my wife and daughter in the car, and run into an illegal dispensary to pick up this chocolate bar.
Illegal dispensary?
Technically, because they're selling edibles. And I got this chocolate bar. It's called a Shatter Bar, and it's cookies and cream, and it has the highest amount of THC I think you can put in an edible, which is 500 milligrams.
Oh my God!
It is. It ruined one of my holiday days. So it says right on the package, I think it has 24 pieces in this thing, and it says try one at a time. Try, it's literally states don't take multiple pieces, and these they're like 3/4 of an inch. They're not very big at all.
Right. So you fell into the classic edible trap.
So I took one. I was like, "This is good." So
the consummate professional, I fell into the classic trap.
So I did take one the first time, and it was good. It was good. And the next day, it was kind of the middle of the afternoon, and I took it was late morning, and by early afternoon, it hit me, and it ruined my entire day. I had to take a nap. I couldn't do anything around the house. Super anxiety, very paranoid, which never happens to me. So yeah, if you do see those 500 milligram Shatter Bars out there, take it from Chamber. It's one piece at a time.
Oh my God. Anyway, speaking of why we may not be the most reputable PC podcast out there, want to talk about consensus?
Yeah, we do. We got to talk about this because I'm a little upset, to be perfectly honest, with consensus.
So 2 weeks ago, I guess this was? Yeah. Our last 2 weeks solo show. Yes, our last solo
Ample
show.
Time for response is what we're saying.
Which, by the way, was an all-timer. It was a good one.
It was the number one. I checked. It was the number one downloaded episode for us in April.
Wow. Look at us. Larimar Jewelry, baby.
It's a good episode. So we bring you another one.
That's fantastic. All right, so on that show, we applied to the Consensus podcast stage, and we did not get a response.
Like,
it's a sad.
Are you upset? I'm upset. I'm like, I feel.
I don't know if I'm upset about it as much as it is like, because we both said we weren't going to go.
Do you think
like,
Consensus?
I know. I wasn't even available to go.
I can't.
In the grand scheme of things, I'm not super upset about it. However,
it's nice to be invited. Is all I'm saying.
well, this was even like, hey, invite yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't even get her name on the list.
Exactly. But anyway, we did, however, get invited to the VIP launch party of Beaksy Exchange next Monday night at
I got that
Consensus.
invite.
Yeah, so I got that too. Unfortunately, I will be unable to attend.
Mine wasn't a +1, so I can't go. I only do +1s.
Well, you could have my invite.
Oh, well, okay, maybe we do that.
You're going to cross international lines to go?
Yeah, maybe.
To the city.
To the other city. That's I don't know.
Exactly.
American city, I guess.
So do you have any final rants on Consensus 2019 that we didn't get invited?
No, I'm going to throw shade on them until we get invited properly with gold leaf, paper. Scrolls.
Dear REKT Podcast,
yeah, exactly.
You are cordially invited to the podcast stage of Consensus 2020. +1.
+1. That's
funny.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
All right, let's get right into some news. Chamber, you going to start us out here?
I sure do. This is from ccn.com.
Your only source for crypto information.
This headline took me right away. 11,500 Bitcoin price will absolutely become a reality in 2019.
That's clickbaity if
I was baited into the click.
Yeah, that's totally you.
I'm like, all right, I like where this is going. So it goes on to say, in mid-December 2017, the Bitcoin price traded at around $19,000, and bullish sentiment was so strong, the 11.5 mark seemed to be a distant memory. Over a year and a half ago, a vicious crypto market decline later, Bitcoin climbing as high as 11.5 before the end of 2019 remains unthinkable even to many bulls. But such is the beauty of this madness of trading. Those who possess the experience and the skill can leverage the psychology of the masses to supercharge a net worth, which I think is a little flowery of a message, to be perfectly honest. But so it goes. It's basically saying, when the market went through a 5-month accumulation between December 2018 and April 2019, and they're calling basically the bottom at like we're never going to go below 4,800 again.
Well, the funny thing is about that is you made that prediction. You said 4,000, and then the next day it was under 4,000.
Yeah,
but since that time, it really was only like for 3 days after that.
Right,
and
it was a quick.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you a little.
Whoa.
It's hilarious because you were technically wrong.
I
mean,
if you say it enough times. So they're thinking, based on this TA, that we're creating a rounded bottom, and we could see an 11.5 price by the end of 2019.
You buy it?
I don't know about that.
You buy it?
I mean, you know me. I'm permeable. 11.5 seems a little much. I will be happy.
What's yours prediction? Like what?
If we get into the 7s at any point, I think that's good this year.
I think I would say the same.
Like even if it went in
happening, but like
what do you think?
I don't know. I'm not really. I'm going to be the idiot that waits too long and and doesn't push all in until it's too late. But I mean, I'm obviously still holding my Bitcoin that I have, but I haven't bought more yet. I bought some last time I bought it was in like the 3,000s, whatever. But I think it's going to be a while till we like really break and hold 6K, or you're going to see like a quick break of it and then, back down or whatever. But I don't think we're going to stay above there. Just think about how long it was we were below. That was like our support. So eventually, on this side, that's the resistance. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be tough to break that, but we'll see.
I think what I do when I look at the charts is I look at what's happened. So I look at all the red candles and I look at some of the sizes of them. You know what I mean? And the frequency of them. And I'm like, well, if it's doing it that way, it can do it in green as well.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I think it like if you look at when it broke 6,000 last time on the way up.
Yep.
Like it was at 12. Or I mean, it was like at 20,000 in like 2 months after that.
Right.
So I mean, that's some high green value.
I mean, you get enough positive news and a positive momentum. Like we kind of brush off the institutional money stuff sometimes, but like realistically, I mean, if that starts to get going, who knows what could happen quick,
Right. Yep.
So we'll see. But it leads me to the next piece of news here. And that Bitcoin price will reach 1 million by 2020, or you're an idiot. And that's for John McAfee.
Yeah. He's just doubling down and doubling down and doubling down.
How awesome would it be if he was right? You know what I mean? Like for him, like how good would you feel if you made that call?
Read his tweets.
So I'm gonna read what I got here.
Yeah, so, that's what I mean. Read the tweet.
So this is. I'll read the preamble before. That's what John McAfee believes each Bitcoin will be worth by the end of next year, and McAfee better be right, because if Bitcoin price isn't at all that level in the next 20 months, he will have his dick, or he will eat his dick on national television. So July 2017, he says, "I'm here." So this is at Magura says, so 1 BTC, 500K within 3 years. And then that's where he makes his infamous statement. And then this one here is from May 3rd, 2019. There is resistance to my Bitcoin price prediction. It is because people are applying the paradigm of the traditional stock market formulas to the crypto market. Only an idiot could miss the fact that crypto market is a brand new paradigm onto itself. Are we all that stupid? And that's from Cuba.
I love how he just doesn't say the math that he uses. He's just like, do the math.
Do this new math.
Do the math. What math?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a new paradigm math. So it would be almost impossible to explain to you because, we're all idiots, I guess. So, I don't know. 1 million. I mean, I'm a little skittish on 11.5. 1 million by 2020. I don't know. I mean, crazier things could happen, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Boy, that would be okay though. If Bitcoin went to 1 million, I'd be okay with it.
I would definitely be okay with it. I think it'd be fucking awesome. I
would almost be a millionaire.
I'd be 0.1%. I would be 0.1 BTC worth of 1 million.
Maybe able to get a new fishing boat.
Yeah, right. Exactly. No, I would definitely probably stop doing this podcast.
Or only do the podcast.
No, I would probably only do the podcast. Yeah, it would just be me just swinging my dick around 7 days a week on the show. To all the newcomers who are buying $1 million BTC.
No kidding, eh?
Anyway, so this does lead us into kind of our next story, which is, all right, McAfee, we'll see if we're going to reach 11,000 first, and then 1 million shortly after. How are we going to do so? Well, $7 trillion asset giant Fidelity is to launch their crypto trading within weeks. So Wall Street has arrived in the cryptocurrency arena. Fidelity Investments, one of the biggest asset managers on the planet, will launch their crypto trading service within weeks, according to a Bloomberg report. So they said their trading product is aimed at institutional traders and will focus on Bitcoin initially, and this is a quote from Arlene Roberts, the Fidelity spokesperson. She says, "We currently have a select set of clients we're supporting on our platform. We'll continue to roll out our services over the coming weeks and months based on our clients' needs, jurisdictions, and other factors. Currently, our service offering is focused on Bitcoin." So they said they first announced this in October of 2018, that they were planning on rolling an over-the-counter trading platform, and then they said after that in January that it was in the final testing phase. So now it's saying that it's live for at least 5 major clients. It says they're also now committed to safe Bitcoin storage. So they have a cryptocurrency custody solution that is now live for these 5 major clients. And they're launching a spin-off, or they've launched a spin-off company, Fidelity Digital Assets, to handle all aspects of their crypto offering. So they tweeted the other day at their Fidelity Digital Assets is just at Digital Assets, which I can't believe that was fucking available. Like, I mean, who the hell did they pay to get that handle? Like, are you kidding me? So they tweeted this infographic the other day, and it says, "Here's what institutional investors find appealing about digital assets." So 47% of institutional investors think that it's an innovative tech play. 46% think it's an uncorrelated asset to other assets. 27% see high potential upside, and 25% like it because it enables decentralization. So their tweet underneath this was, "Institutional investments likely to increase over the next 5 years." So that's pretty interesting. And then the report also revealed that 20% of the institutional investors that it surveyed were already exposed to digital assets. So and that was of about 450 institutions, everything from family offices to registered investment advisors and hedge funds. So that's pretty interesting.
That is interesting. You know what I noticed too is I think we reported on all 3. You'd mentioned October, January, and then obviously today. Mm-hmm. I think we did news reports on all 3 of those.
That's because we're fucking journalists.
I don't want to say it, but since you brought it up, 100%, we should be accredited journalists.
Yeah, we are.
So I think we find the right news here, people. We bring you the goods, and Fidelity's going to change the world, our world at least.
We have McAfee to tell us what kind of, bourbon he's going to pair with his Wang. And we also bring you the hits with Fidelity. Yeah. And then this last news story here, also from ccn.com. I don't know how credible of a headline this is, but I thought it was pretty funny. "Only an idiot would use Facebook's shady cryptocurrency." So this is clearly fact and not opinion.
We've been called idiot twice today by the news articles.
I know. The news articles that we've read are just calling us, McAfee called us idiots. These guys are calling us idiots. But so I don't know too much about this. So basically, the Wall Street Journal is reporting that Mark Zuckerberg's war machine, wow, this is really nuanced, is looking for $1 billion to fund their secretive stablecoin project, Project Libra, and is talking with heavyweights like Visa and MasterCard to get the cash. So the company started Project Libra over a year ago as a simple way to transfer money between WhatsApp users, but in true Facebook fashion, it's grown beyond that original scope. The project has expanded to include e-commerce payments on Facebook and other websites, as well as rewards for viewing ads, shopping online, and interacting with content. So that's interesting because, we already see projects that are out there that are focused on one these particular aspects. So like, I think viewing ads, I think of Brave, you know what I mean? Or shopping online. We've been talking with our friends over at Lolly, like that's earning Bitcoin for shopping online, and interacting with content same way. We've seen a bunch of projects based on that. So it'll be interesting to see if Facebook can kind of come in and bring this aspect to all of their users and what effect that might have on some projects that are already out there. You know what I mean? They have, almost 1.6 billion daily active users, which is crazy. Facebook has 2.38 billion monthly active users. So Project Libra would almost immediately compete with, like Apple Pay and PayPal and whatever. But, why would we use it? Facebook is losing trust left and right. They had the Cambridge Analytica scandal. They've been selling your data. So when you think about why you use crypto, it doesn't scream.
I also
Facebook.
feel they're you were mentioning their daily active users. Did it say if it was going? Did they say they were claiming they were going up or no?
Yeah, I think so.
Jeez, I can't see it. I feel like Facebook's on the way out. You know what I mean? Don't you get that feeling?
Totally, I agree. I think just. Personally, I don't use Facebook like I used to, and
not at all.
It's not even totally because of all these other things. I just don't.
I would say mine has nothing to do with that. Like I could care, not that I could care less, but you know what I mean?
Right.
So if Twitter came out with the same things, I don't think I would not stop using Twitter. Every 6 months or so, there's like a campaign to like get off Twitter.
Right.
I'm never getting off Twitter unless there's something better. And
me either.
Nothing better yet.
So, some of the other reasons this says not that you shouldn't be using a crypto by Facebook is they don't handle passwords well. So obviously they're data breaches. They use plain text passwords. So that if you're going to be storing anything there, thanks. Censorship. So Facebook is known to, ban accounts and censor content and things like that. Obviously Bitcoin and crypto is a censorship resistant type of thing. And that basically this is saying, hey, nobody should fucking use this thing. However, the reason that might not matter at all is because it's going to be able to bring crypto to 2.38 billion monthly active users, that most of which have no idea what the fuck crypto is.
Now, when we say crypto, is it only going to be the Libra coin that they'll have access to?
Likely, I would think, but still, it's going to bring people. So that's kind of my point, right? Is it's going to introduce people to crypto via Libra, and it's going to introduce people to crypto how Facebook wants.
What I don't understand,
crypto and not how it should be. You know what I mean?
What I don't understand is I would have to imagine it would make way more sense if you want to compete with, the PayPals and these types of things. Wouldn't you want to like implement more like cutting edge stuff? Like, yeah, it's kind of cutting edge because it's, quote unquote a cryptocurrency, but like, wouldn't it make more sense to integrate Bitcoin and, these things that are
Chamber. Yes, but if they integrate Bitcoin, they don't make any money off of it.
I get
the whole
it,
thing
but
is a money play, right?
I feel like they can make money other places. Like, you know what I mean? If all of a sudden you could not trade Bitcoin, but like interact with Bitcoin or, Ethereum or Litecoin or whatever, Ravencoin, wouldn't that like do some serious, image repairing for them? Like, it just seems like.
Yeah, but I don't think they're not
looking to fix the image.
Fix the image.
I feel like they're in need. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the mid '90s when General Motors introduced OnStar. Do you remember OnStar?
Yeah, I rented a car for work and it has OnStar in it.
Like it still has, like OnStar's still a thing?
Yeah, it's still a thing.
Okay, listen to this. This makes no sense. OnStar was General Motors' attempt to get ahead of the cell phone or the car phone, right? It was that ability to contact somebody if you were in distress. Yep. But we were 3 years away from, or maybe 3 to 5 years away from having cell phones in like every car. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Right. And it made it obsolete. And I feel like that's what this is for Facebook. It's like Facebook's kind of on its way out, just like General Motors isn't the behemoth it used to be, right? Right. Like it couldn't see down the line, and all of a sudden, all these other competitors were, kicking their asses. So I think it's just there's a resemblance there to me. This is OnStar for crypto.
Yeah, but the reason obviously they want their own coin is they want to control it.
Obviously,
they're not interested in decentralization. If that was the case, I mean, nothing about Facebook is decentralized. So why would they do something like that? You know what I mean? It just wouldn't be.
It's not on brand.
Yeah, it wouldn't behoove them to do so. But anyway, that's our news segment. So we are going to roll right into some fun Would You Rather.
Now we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Chamber, you got one for me? We'll go back and forth.
Yeah, I got one for you. Mm-hmm. I thought of you when I saw this one. So I had to read it a couple of times just to make sure I understood the question properly.
Just to make sure you could read?
Obviously, to confirm my ability to read, and I want to make sure I got the rules of this question properly. So would you rather have unlimited sushi for life?
Oh, I almost picked that one.
This is a good one, eh? Or unlimited tacos for life? Both are amazingly delicious and can be any type of sushi and or taco you want.
Wow.
And
okay.
again,
I have questions about this.
I figured you would.
Mainly, I have questions about this. Mainly, what was so confusing to you about it the first time you read it?
I wasn't sure.
Because that seems like a pretty straightforward question.
I wasn't sure if you could only eat those.
Okay, it doesn't sound like it.
No, it doesn't. After you read it 3 times, it doesn't sound like it.
It just sounds like, would you rather have X or Y in an unlimited capacity?
Right.
So it doesn't even say that. It doesn't even say that I couldn't eat the other thing.
No, exactly. You could still eat sushi. Exactly.
Right. I just couldn't have unlimited.
Exactly.
So here's what I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick unlimited sushi strictly. Well, one, I love sushi, but 2, just from a cost perspective, the payoff financially is there. The ROI is there on unlimited
ROI's
sushi.
To the roof.
I could go to Taco Bell and, get me some, dollar tacos, but I can't, you don't eat dollar
Opposite
sushi.
sides of the spectrum, really.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go with unlimited sushi. What was your answer?
Well, you know what? I was going to say unlimited tacos because I love tacos.
Did I just flip it on you?
I tell you came close. But I love tacos so much. And there used to be
So you're going to take the financially bad decision here?
Who are you talking to? Of course I'm going to take the financial...
Will you still eat sushi?
100%. I love sushi. But I will happily pay for it just to have unlimited tacos. And specifically, there was a bad play. There was a taco truck just up the road from me a couple summers ago. I thought it was going to be there forever.
25-cent tacos?
No, this was like gourmet tacos. They were like the best.
Oh, so like $1.50.
$1.32. But man, they were some of the best tacos I've ever had, and I haven't had a taco that good since. It's very upsetting. And that's
but this doesn't mean you get that taco.
No, that would be my stipulation to the taco, is I get that taco.
All right, I got one for you here.
All right.
Would you rather live for the rest of your life without internet or without air conditioning? I am very sorry to interrupt this REKT podcast with a somber announcement. From here, we had some major technical difficulties resulting in the loss of the last 15 minutes of the episode. Instead of recreate the genius, there's pretty much nothing we can do. Chamber apologizes as well. I think it was my fault and the Hilton Garden Inn internet in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I will be writing a strongly worded letter to the Hilton family attention, Paris, and we will be handling that next time. But thank you for listening. We are sorry for the technical difficulties. We will make it up to you next time. And until then, don't get wrecked, and that is financial advice and heating.